your brother. I know. He said, get all your family and your wives. I'm going to be with you. But you have to go apologize and make it right with your brother. And so Jacob said, okay, I'm going to go home. And so, but he was scared. Because what did Esau say he was going to do to Jacob when he saw him? That. He said he was going to do that. I'm going to kill my brother. So he was so stressed out that he decided to go ahead. He takes his family, they start journeying back. But during the camping trip, because it takes a lot of days to get there, he thought, I got to go be alone with God for a while. And so he left his family camping, he walked away a little bit, and then somebody showed up. Now, Miss Yolanda likes this cross because this cross is Jesus. So Jesus showed up to Jacob, and they started a wrestling match. Oh! So there's Jesus. He's wrestling with Jacob. And Jacob and Jesus wrestled. Oh, it was a tough match. Oh, it was a tough match. They wrestled all night. Well, the next morning, Jesus told Jacob, let me go. But guess what? Jacob would not let Jesus go. Now, why do you think Jesus showed up and wrestled with Jacob? And I'll tell you why. Because sometimes when we have yucky in our heart, we don't want to let it go. If we have yucky sin in our heart, we don't want to let it go. We want to hold that sin so tight. Well, Jesus doesn't want us to hold on to our sin. He wants us to let it go. But sometimes we're going to wrestle with Jesus because we don't want to let go of our sin. But Jesus told Jacob, let me go. And he wrestled so much that he hurt his hip. But he would not, even with a hurt hip, he clung on to Jesus like his life depended on it. And he told Jesus, I will not let you go, Jesus, until you bless me. Well, Jesus loved that. He loved the fact that Jacob would not let him go until he blessed him. And so, Jesus said, all right, Jacob, go ahead and get up. So poor Jacob, he has a hurt hip. But Jesus loved the fact that Jacob wrestled with him and would not let him go until he blessed him. And so Jesus told Jacob, he said, what is your name? And so Jacob had to say. Now the reason Jesus asked him his name, Jesus knew his name was Jacob. But what does Jacob mean? Trickster. Trickster. And so Jesus wanted Jacob to confess his sin. So Jacob said, my name is Jacob, the trickster. And once Jacob confessed it, he could let it go. And that sin went on to Jesus. And Jesus said, Jacob, you're no longer going to be called Jacob. You're going to be called Israel. Israel. So Jacob, the trickster, got a new name. His new name was Israel. And Israel means God wins. God wins. Because who won the wrestling match? God won. And so now Jacob was going to have to trust Jesus all the days of his life. Because now he was going to walk with a limp. He wasn't going to be able to run away from his problems anymore like he did before. He was going to have to stay. But who was going to stay with Jacob all the days of his life? Jesus. Jesus said, I will be your God. And that's how his name got changed from Jacob the trickster to Jesus calling him Israel. Israel, God wins. Oh, can you guys give Becky a thank you?